Look at that sky. Now that is why I came to Liyue.
Deep breath, as if you're about to blow up a huge balloon. Exhale all your sleepiness into it, and then, poof! It's now flying away.
to oblige.
Position! Ah! This chance is for you!
Shine down.
I'll be back.
I swear by my sword.
I'll be back. Sucker punch!
Inazuma shines eternal. There is no cryo incarnate.
Need more. Need more.
Hello, traveler. Have you ever heard of a moment of dreams?
Oh, that sounds like some kind
I'm afraid not. Dreams have become quite the hot topic in Sumeru, and many people are excited to share the dreams they've seen at night. The same goes for me. The last time I dreamed was when I was but a little child, so I can't help but feel excited and nostalgic about dreams.
Oh, right. Everyone's able to dream it.
Yes, we organized an event to give everyone with new dreams a platform to freely share their experience, and thus our event, A Moment of Dreams, was born.
So it's kind of like a fire.
You could say that. We hear all sorts of wild and fabulous
Yeah, but to what? Wait, but if there are free drinks and...
Oh, really? So you mean you've already seen many dreams?
Mm-hmm. But no need to get so excited. It's really nothing special.
No. We need experienced participants like you to share your experiences with dreaming. Please allow me to address you two as Dream.
Oh, expert.
Now you seem interested. Rest assured, you'll find all...
Wow, how accommodating. Sign us up. But wait, Paimon's getting ahead of herself again. We should see what the traveler thinks first. Why aren't you saying anything? All right. Do you know what's the most... Nope! It's all about the title! From now on, Paimon will be known as Paimon, the Dream Expert!
Oh, okay.
Dad! Dad, can you hear me?
Look! There's somebody over there! Oh no! It's... Hey, you! Stop! Don't go any...
Watch where you're going!
Oh, dear customer. Wangsheng Funeral Parlor does appreciate your patronage, but you needn't hasten the inevitable. Are you all right? Huh?
Dad!
Hey, Hu-Tao! My, who do we have here? she still hasn't warmed to you.
Thank you, Director Who, for saving this man.
Dad, are you okay? Do you recognize me? It's me, Ayu.
Ayu?
Your name is Jia Liang, and you live just west of Chingsa village. You were...
Uh-oh. He seems in really bad shape. We need to get him back to Boo Boo Pharmacy right away. Sorry, Hu-Tao. Gotta dash. Dinner's on us next time. Hold on a second. You're not seriously thinking of taking him to Boo Boo Pharmacy in this state, are you? Huh? Why not? What's the problem? Come on, Baizhu. Don't tell me you haven't noticed it. Didn't your master teach you how to spot the signs? Why do I get the sense that you spotted them right away, but you're planning to use it for your own ends? Use what? What are you talking about? Paimon's lost.
There are traces of God remains in Jialiang's system.
Yes, but more importantly, they're on the verge of an outburst. If that happens, the consequences will be unthinkable. Paimon, sorry, what?
God remains?
There's no need to worry, Director Who. I have methods of keeping them at bay. It is the sworn duty of all who practice medicine to cure illnesses and save lives. What reason would I have to neglect a patient in need who is right there in front of me? Besides, it was my late master's dying wish to be able to save this patient in particular. Perhaps out of respect for him, you could give me a day's grace so that I have time to treat him?
Now you're bringing my great-uncle into this? Baizhu, just what are you planning this time?
Merely to cure this man, nothing more. But of course, if you have any doubt as to my intentions, you are more than welcome to accompany me to Boo Boo Pharmacy and monitor my activities.
Oh, really? I thought I was persona non grata at Boo Boo Pharmacy. You're being unusually generous today. Okay, deal. We're not gonna solve anything by... I'm happy to do it your way, but... only for my great-uncle's sake and the traveler. You must be pleased you brought the traveler along. Otherwise, this would have been a much more vexing ordeal.
Well, time is of the essence. Let's get ourselves back to Boo Boo Pharmacy at once. Blockages within the cardiovascular system, reduced blood flow and energy circulation? I see. I suppose this must have caused the cognitive abnormalities.
Dr. Baizhu, how bad is it? Can you cure him?
Don't you worry. Baizhu's a really great doctor. He's sure to find a way. Isn't that right, Baizhu?
Ayu, do you know when your father first started displaying these symptoms?
I'm not sure. He's been like this for as long as I can remember. But it wasn't as bad as this when I was still little.
So it's been a long time indeed. No, I have a treatment plan in mind. We can start tonight. Come and see me again tomorrow morning. I promise that by then, Ayu will find his father healthy and lucid again.
Thank you, Dr. Baizhu. Thank you so much.
If you still have any misgivings, Director Who, please feel free to hang around for as long.
However, it would... Yes, of course. See you tomorrow, Baizhu and Changchun.
Bye for now,
Are you ready, Baizhu?
Ready as I'll ever be. I'm used to it by now. Come on, let's get started.
Well, huh? You know, Paimon's kind of curious after hearing Baizhu mention those people from his past. Yeah, you must be... on admiring the scenery, the spectacled snake-bedecked docks doing surgery. Hello, you busy bees, and what do you have to do? Actually, don't tell me. Let me guess.
Oh, and also,
Huh? I thought I told you once before. Wangsheng Funeral Parlor was first founded to fight back against the Well, it is a dusty old tale by this point. Long story short, in the ancient world, dead gods were acting up, so our ancestors started purifying the air and burning the bodies of the deceased to guard the border between life and death. These days, we don't deal with the wrath of the gods anymore, but all the relevant know-how is still passed up.
okay, Paimon gets it.
Almost certainly from his
Wow, fancy that!
According to my grandpa, that pharmacist must have cast some sort of spell on my great-uncle. Because after that encounter, my grandpa had a huge argument with him, so my grandpa inherited the funeral parlor, while my great-uncle stayed in Chenyu Vale to practice medicine.
Funeral director to doctors.
If he had just become a regular, but according to my grandpa, and on top of that, the kind of medicine practiced in the Chenyu Vale tradition goes against the natural order of things. Don't know. My grandpa didn't know the specifics, and you've seen how wary Baiju is around me. He'd never tell me anything, but even that says to me that he definitely has something to hide. One thing I do know about Baiju is that he's obsessed with the idea of immortality. But anyway, so I will be sticking around here for now to keep a close eye on the situation. Maybe tomorrow I'll finally figure out what he's up to.
After all that, it seems like we have more questions than answers. Never mind. We'll just have to ask Baiju himself about all of this tomorrow.
The campaign begins.
Whatever would you do without me?
What is the situation? I'll scout ahead.
Transfiguration! Emerge, right now. Emerge.
Are you here?
Nothing lasts forever. Do your master's bidding!
You're open.
Insolent! I'm always watching. Right now. Busted. My ordinance divine. Gotcha. Shine down. Take your truth. You deserve not to get spicy. Inazuma shines eternal. Illusion shattered. Do your master's bidding in your dreams. Nothing lasts forever.
All is accounted for. Let's move out.
Well, since you asked so nicely. Okay! Take it easy.
It's a new day! Let's go back to Boo Boo Pharmacy and check out how Jialiang is doing. But I don't want to. It tastes gross.
Dad!
Huh? Oh,
Dad, you were...
yes.
Don't worry, Dad. I got the Adventurers Guild to help us look for her. And Dr. Baishu's gonna help too.
Great. That's wonderful. I can't thank you enough, Dr. Bush.
My pleasure.
Not at all, Doctor.
You're still in the early stage.
I suggest you stay up.
Director Who, do you have any further reservations about Jia Liang's condition?
It seems like the evil presence is... But how did you accomplish...
Though I regret to say that Boo Boo Pharmacy cannot offer to reimburse Wang Sheng Funeral Parlor for any revenue lost in...
Oh, come on, Baiju. I'm not that unreasonable.
Yeah, I've been stuck indoors for too long. Baiju, take me outside for some air, or I'm going to suffocate.
Yes, of course. Everyone, please...
Suffering now, are we? Did you seriously expect to cover it up? But in any case, why must you keep this a secret from everybody?
Who's there?
Ah!
Why did you follow us here? Oh, it's nothing.
What did I just say about Put Traveler? Paimon, the truth is, Baiju instead, he transferred some of his own life force to his patient. Baiju, can you please explain?
My predecessors in medicine forged a contract with Changsheng. Every successor to this contract is able to use Changsheng's secret art to treat patients. I believe the irregularities with Jialiang's heart meridian were likely caused by a poison concocted use. The poison has not been purged from Jialiang's system. Rather,
Changsheng? You can do that? Huh. Hey, I'll have you know that I commanded the respect of even the Adepti back in Chenyu Vale. I was treating patients with Baiju's master's master long before he ever set eyes on his first medical text. Whoa. Guess you shouldn't judge a snake by its skin.
Please, that's enough.
Wait a sec. Huto was saying that the branch of medicine you studied uses some pretty dubious methods.
Hardly.
Still, Baiju's life force is not a traveler. Paimon, would you lend this dummy a hand? Baiju, don't you think...
Entire life. Thank you, Traveler and Paimon.
Paimon doesn't think we've seen...
The poison in Jialiang's system must have accumulated over a Yes. I asked Ayu this morning before you arrived. Let's head there together, as well as invest...
Whoa! There's a house all the way out here? Huh. It's so well hidden, Paimon's never noticed it before.
Nor have I. And I've hosted...
Oh, that reminds Paimon. We meant to ask earlier, but it slipped our...
She was indeed. We studied medicine together under the same master near Chenyu Vale. She is several years older than I and also began her travels far earlier than me.
Supposedly, she met an... Wait, Changxiang, are you saying...
Jiang Li did occasionally come back to Chenyu Vale to see our master, but for the last time she visited us, she and master had some sort of quarrel.
Quarrel? I don't know. I did not witness the argument.
Nor did master ever explain it to me.
Oh, so...
No. Even if...
Paimon never knew you were so...
So a few words from me is enough to dispel all...
What the... Okay, that was the most suspicious sounding...
Let's leave the idle chatter there for now. Jiang Li has lived in this house for many years. There must be something here that can Let's split up. But if anyone finds anything, we'll examine it together.
Traveler, Paimon, come quick!
Changsheng and I found a hidden compartment.
You sense it too? You're right. This is a poison concocted using god remains. Is it? Breathing? Paimon's not seeing things, is she?
No, your eyes do not deceive you. I do believe the poison in this bottle is alive. Some toxins act a lot like living organisms. I read about this once in the Origins and Symptoms of Diseases. This ancient class of poisons consists of mother and minor loads. If it's a concoction of this kind we're dealing with, then both the poison in Jialiang's system and this one here are likely minor loads. Offshoots, essentially.
Offshoots? So, the main body is somewhere else?
Correct. Whoever is administering the poison can manipulate the source to indirectly control the poisoned individual's behavior and even cognition. Similarly, the poisoned individual will hear to a varying extent.
The call of the... Wait. So, back when Jialiang ran off, maybe that explains where he was heading!
Only one thing could have been drawing him there. The source of the god remains used as the poison's key ingredient, the mother lode.
This is getting crazier and crazier. What kind of person would do all this just to poison Jialiang? Hey, why has everyone gone quiet all of a sudden? Since this poison was carefully hidden away in a secret compartment, the one who concocted it is likely a resident of the house. You mean Jialiang? Why would he poison himself? Think a little harder, Paimon. Someone else who lives here, and who might have expertise in crafting drugs. Huh? So you're saying... it was Jiang Li? Wait, but that doesn't make any sense either! Why would she poison her own husband?
I agree. It makes little sense. Jiang Li does not strike me as the kind of person who would do such a thing.
Look at the facts, though. How many people in the entirety of Liyue have the ability to concoct a poison from god remains?
It's too early to draw any conclusions, yes. According to the Origins and Symptoms of Diseases, the minor loads will disappear if the mother lode is purged. So if we can find and destroy the source of these god remains, the poison will leave Jialiang's system without the need for any further treatment. Do you know anything about god remains in Qingsa village?
Even the history books have no record of this. The only ones who'll know anything are those old fogies who have been hanging around here since the beginning of time. Didn't you used to be on good terms with the
Changsheng's memories and powers are not what they were in her prime. These days, she has to enter a contract with a mortal and share their life force just to sustain her own life. I fear that such ancient events are long gone from her memory by now.
Whoa, what? Enter a contract? Share life force? Sounds like some pretty spooky sorcery if you ask Paimon. Hey, plenty of people would jump at the chance to join forces with a powerful being like me. With my assistance in rebalancing your chi, not only can you extend your lifespan, but you will also be stronger, healthier, and able to eat whatever you like with no risk of upsetting your stomach. Stronger and healthier? Wow, that's amazing! Baiju, maybe when you retire, you can let Paimon sign a contract with Changsheng for a few days.
Unfortunately, Changsheng's contract has strict requirements regarding the host's temperament. None of her hosts have ever been exempted from these rules. I fear that I will...
Temperament? Hey! What are you trying to say? Did you just subtly insult Paimon to her face? Ugh! Paimon's mad! You're getting ugly nicknames, both of you! This is exactly why your natural temperament makes you woefully unsuited to being...
All right, everybody, calm down. Back to the matter at hand. Is there any way at all for us to seek counsel from the Adepti about...
With how antisocial they are? If it were up to them, they'd go their whole lives without showing their faces to the common folk. What?
Seems you're as well connected as they say, traveler. We are truly fortunate to have you on our side.
Oh, if you're talking about who Paimon thinks you're talking about, you better do the honors.
You called?
Aren't all Adepti in the habit of materializing out of thin air like this?
Well, this is unexpected.
Huh? It's you.
Baiju of Boo Boo Pharmacy. I do believe I've had the pleasure before. The Lantern Rite, when we met briefly, I was unaware of your true identity. I must apologize for the discourtesy.
Huh? You two already know each other?
Our paths have crossed once before. I sense the presence of evil spirits. Is this why you called me? So someone has been concocting demonic poison. Too often, fervent desires drive mortals to abandon all regard for their own safety. It is lamentable. I now know what you seek. It is true that a god's remains are buried beneath the foundations of Jinxa. A vile monster known as the Ch once wrought havoc over this land, before it was subdued by Rex Lapis. The land was finally cleansed of poison when Rex Lapis used statues in his likeness to seal the serpent's remains. Jinxa village was founded some time after that. The seal is still mostly intact. If the Ch is the source, then it must be some of its blood leaking from deep underground. However, its aura is faint and barely detectable. You will need to investigate further to identify the location of the leak. I do not like to intervene against mortals but when demonic forces are involved. I do not wish to sway immortality may not—
I shall treasure your words of instruction.
Farewell.
What a strange Adeptus. Rather different from the way I remember them. That's Shell for ya! And thanks to him, we finally got some concrete info.
If the god remains are leaking from underground, Jiangli must be paying a visit to a subterranean cave on her herb-gathering trips. If we can find the cave...
Master! Master!
Gray? Did you run all the way from Boo Boo Pharmacy?
What happened? Don't panic. Just catch your breath and tell me everything.
It's Jiaoliang. He was fine one minute and then...
Already? How? Based on past experience, he should have been fine for the next...
It seems that my worst fears have been... Everyone, back to Boo Boo Farm...
What are my orders?
The campaign begins.
Ready for reconnaissance. We may leave at any time.
Something's come up? Anything I can help you with?
Very well. I shall put my official duties to one side for the moment.
It is as the stars foretold. Oh, is it time for me to join you?
Very well. I shall put my official duties to one side for the moment.
Let's get this show on the road.
Trainee Forest Ranger Kale, reporting.
I trust you.
Next time, be sure to make a proper appointment.
More companions! Hooray!
I applied for vacation. You remember too, right?
Stay close.
Don't be scared, Dr. Baishu.
How is he doing?
Dr. Baiju, you're back!
When Gui left.
Gui, please take...
Yes, of course.
Don't worry, Ayu.
Baiju's not gonna use Changsheng's secret art again, is he? Is there really no other way to save Jialiang?
How are you feeling, Dad? Are you still...
Wait. Master said he needed to take a quick rest and asked me to bring you out of the treatment room. He hasn't emerged yet, so he must still...
Oh, really?
No,
I'll come with...
Don't forget what...
Though, on the bright side...
Traveler, Baiju hasn't shown his... Huh? Hey! You're finally awake?
There was no time. I had no other choice. Jiang Li's design is quite brilliant. She makes numerous innovations that I can learn from. Alas, if only there wasn't a catch.
So, how much longer do you think...
They've been outside waiting for you the whole time while you were asleep.
Surely he hasn't.
Who's talking behind our backs again?
Ah! Baiju! Changsheng!
Of course.
Jialiang seemed fine yet.
And as a result...
What?
Yes. But more pertinently, the poison Jialiang has a rare congenital heart condition, and though it was created from...
Had he not taken it all these years...
Still. Moreover...
That explains why...
God remains are extremely dangerous to be around. because humans have I fear that the situation is just as that adapted.
I never suspected to sacrifice one's own life to save others. To go.
Well, I think that it's too early. In any case, I have stabilized her regular exposure, and given that she's already been missing for several days,
It's me, Traveler, Dr. Baiju.
It's Jelly.
Dr. Baiju, you've already done so much for my family. After all, if it wasn't for me, she wouldn't have had to put herself in harm's way in the first place. I know I won't be of much help in battle, but I'm sure I'll be able to remember. I know there's a spot where she says goodbye to me every time she goes.
Be careful. If you get too agitated, you're...
No! We're out before I forget everything.
This trip will be extreme.
I never expected to live this long, and there's only one thing I fear now, and that's...
Very well. Then follow me.
Dr. Baiju? Are you heading out?
Yes. This could be a long one. Could please add an extra measure of mistgrass pollen and 1 dose each.
Doctor
Hop to it now. And
Okay. This is how it must be. Can't sleep?
It's just like the day I went missing. It's as if something inside me is trying to guide me
The Mother Lode's influence is growing stronger. Jialiang, can you sense which
I think it's... this way. Yes, I'm sure of it. I feel a dull ache in my heart. This must be the way. This place feels familiar. I think I've been here before.
There is an inauspicious presence here. Even I can sense it.
I think I remember this place.
Jialiang, are you okay? Maybe you should rest here while we continue the search.
No, I have to keep going. Jiangli is still waiting for me.
I'll ensure your safety. This place gives Paimon the creeps. Who knows what we're gonna find up ahead? The digging marks here appear amateur and rather old. A thieves' tunnel? Paimon has heard rumors about treasure around these parts before. Maybe it was the treasure hoarders that dug this tunnel.
Judging by the tools they left behind, it's certainly a possibility. But why did they abandon this place without even stopping to pack up their tools?
I remember now. She took me here once and told me that she'd found a way to save me in this cave. But she said that the method would cause me to, curses! Why can't I remember what she said?
Easy, Jialiang. Come on, let's keep going.
The doctor will see you.
Glory to the shoulder! River!
Whoa, there's a sensor here. Those treasure hoarders sure made themselves at home.
I believe this sensor was used to burn a monster
A monster repelling incense?
The incense was burned no doubt an encounter with the after them.
That's right. This is where...
Jialiang!
I'm fine. Let's keep going. feel it. We're getting close. We're almost there. It's right up ahead. The place where we made a pact together to...
We can keep going now.
From the looks of it, the energy released by this mechanism can not only clear barriers, but also be conducted by corresponding mechanisms. Perhaps it's something we can make use of.
Doesn't see any barrier-breaking mechanisms around here. There are tracks here, and it looks like they're connected to something. Shall we follow it and see where it takes us?
Mind the side effects. Seems like an emergency. Mind the side effects.
Break a leg! Black fly, observe!
We'll see.
Mind the side effects.
Zhongli!
must have lured them here. Watch my back. Taking a turn for the better. Mind the side effects.
Time for a light show.
A bitter pill to swallow.
Dr. Baiju, how serious is it? Is she...
I can still feel a pulse, but her condition is... The god remains here are encroaching on her If we don't eliminate it soon, then even if we save her life, I fear that she may never wake up again.
Then, what are we waiting for? Let's... It's not as simple as that. The poison within Jia, if the source is oh no.
Indeed. If the god remains here are purged...
I wondered when this day might come.
Wait! But Baiju, you're a great doctor, surely...
You could continue to take the poison, which would buy you some time. As for...
It appears to me that she was striving to concoct your medicine for you. Right up until the moment when she lost consciousness.
Dr. Baiju, give it to me straight. How long does...
The god remains have reached her internal organs. Under ordinary circumstances, I would give her less than 3 days. But if I were to treat her using a secret art...
But Dr. Baiju, I'm all too aware that if I continue to sustain my own life using these... I know for a fact that I should have died. If my choice can bring Jiang Li back, then even if I... After cheating death for so long, it seems I've grown somewhat addicted to life. Traveler, Dr. Baiju, could I have another minute with my wife?
Of course.
Thank you, everyone. And I'm sorry.
Jialiang.
I am sure that over the years, Jiang Li will have tried all the conventional methods known to humankind.
Mortals are fated to grow old and pass on when their natural lifespan runs out. If it were so easy to combat the natural processes of aging and death, Jiang Li would not have had to resort to unnatural methods. What a crazy situation! Jiang Li risked it all to save Jialiang's life, and now...
I've seen many final farewells in my...
In the human realm, all things must come to an end. Is it not? At least, that's what
The path they chose was indeed a heroic one. But when I think of those who would willingly sacrifice themselves for others, I cannot help but think that theirs are the lives least deserving of death.
When all this began, we agreed that once Ayu was old enough to help you gather herbs, if you could only see him. So... I've said my goodbyes. My time has come. Do what you...
As you wish.
It will eat away at both your cognition and your...
I'll take it.
Mom! So...
Why would these memories come to mind now? The longer we live... Oh, how I would love to hear...
Jialiang! Jialiang! Jialiang!
Dad! Are you awake?
Jiangli, Huh? What are...
How does it feel to come back to life?
Do you feel strange or different in any way? If so, could you describe...
Dr. Baizhu, I thought that I was going to...
Die? You did indeed. As things stand now, you're more akin to a zombie than a human.
I'm a zombie?
That's right. Before we set off, I asked Chi-Chi to prepare an elixir of immortality. With its help, you have been suspended. Of course, this is but a crude imitation of an Adeptus art. I don't expect it to extend your life indefinitely. Whether it will keep you alive for a few days, a few months, or a few years, I'm as interested as you to find out. But, however long you have left, I believe it should be more than sufficient time for you to say your final goodbyes before departing the world in peace. I hope that Director Hu finds this arrangement to be a satisfactory one.
An elixir of immortality? How'd you cook that up? Ugh. Leave it to you to work on.
It's a work in progress that hardly lives up to its name, and it would have had no effect in the end. I am merely a doctor. All I know is that if I'm presented with a life that deserves to be saved, and even this would have counted for nothing without Director Hu's assistance. After all,
Oops.
Without Director Hu nudging things in the right direction, we may not have found Jiangli in time.
No wonder he didn't mention the elixir back then. I thought he...
Director Hu told me to keep her suggestion a secret.
All I wanted was to help Jialiang find his missing wife as soon as possible, so that he could be on his way to the afterlife without any unfulfilled wishes making the journey more difficult than it needs to be. Leave it to Boo Boo Pharmacy to snatch the perfect opportunity right out of my hands at the last hurdle. Never mind. I'll just have to put it down in the books as a deferred consideration. One Chi-Chi was enough of a conundrum. The last thing I need's another one. If I'd known this was coming, I'd have whisked him off to the Wangsheng funeral parlor the moment I found him.
You stay away from my dad! When I grow up, I'm gonna become an even better doctor than Mom and Baizhu.
Oh, is that right? Well, you wouldn't be the first person who... Traveler, Paimon, I'll catch you all another time.
All's well that ends well. If you ask Paimon, at times...
It feels like it was a whole life.
Yay! Paimon! Alright, first thing...
Oh, wait up! I'll come to...
Baizhu.
Don't mention it, Jiangli.
Just your duty, huh? Time flies. It's been so long since we bade each other farewell in Shenyu Vale. Changshang, you're the same as ever. You haven't changed one bit.
You, on the other hand, have changed a lot.
You're right. My younger self would have never imagined that things would one day turn out this way. Or that you'd turn out this way, Baizhu. I've taken a look at your elixir of immortality. It's not altogether dissimilar.
I have to say, Jiangli, it was a stroke of genius to use poison.
No, not at all. With your intellect, even if you'd never seen my poison, but I'm still impressed by how quickly... Not just that. You even managed to... Baizhu, be honest with me. Did you try out...
Told you the truth.
Life force isn't the only thing that Changshang's contract lets you transfer between.
Nothing gets past you, Jiangli. You are correct. Besides life force, Changsheng, when I treated Jia Liang for the second time, I transferred some of the poison from his body into my own. There is no need to worry about any long-term consequences to my health, however. Now that the source has been destroyed, any remaining poison in me will have already dissipated.
But you took such a huge risk. If we hadn't destroyed the god's remains back there, then... What am I saying? The reason I left our master and went into hiding all those years ago was that he was getting old. But in the end, are all disciples of Chenyu Vale destined to turn out this way? To live a short life?
We are doctors, Jiangli.
Baizhu, I can tell that over the... Can you still stop before it's too late?
I think you know the answer, Jiangli.
Hey, food's ready!
Mom, come and join us. The Traveler taught me...
Yes, darling. Mom will be there in just a second. Hey, Baizhu, I know Chi-Chi, Gui...
There's no need to worry.
Baizhu, what did Jiang Li mean by not... Every single mortal I've ever contracted with, including Baizhu and Jiang... Wait, that doesn't make any sense.
It is...
Long ago, when plagues ravaged the land, one doctor made a pledge to rid the world of pain and suffering. But even the most ingenious mortal medicine could not stay the tide of disease. And after working tirelessly for many years, even his dearest loved ones fell sick and bade their final farewell. Legends told of an herb lord in Chenyu Vale who could cure any illness known to mankind. The doctor sought the herb lord, but found only a white snake, its breathing weak and its power all but spent.
Sign this contract and let our lives be joined. Then I will impart to you the secret art of healing. But be warned, this art will harm your own health.
With means beyond human ken, the doctor could now reverse the process of death. And yet, the time still came to say goodbye. Only now, the one departing was the doctor, his life force spent. His final act in life was to pass on the contract to his final patient, his favorite disciple. The disciple chose to dedicate their life to saving the lives of others. And generation upon generation followed in these footsteps. Since I inherited this contract, I've always respected the path taken by my predecessors and followed it myself unquestioningly. That is until I tried to use the art to save my own disciple's beloved. She begged me not to use up my own life force. She said that this art is a poison chalice, an evil and unnatural practice. She did not wish to sacrifice one life for the sake of another, when both were lives she treasured. Only then did it occur to me, did I not suffer when my master passed away, just as patients' families do at their loved one's deathbed? Are not the lives cut short by this contract just as worthy of saving as any patients? What is this contract to us? Medicine or poison? Alas, I no longer have enough time left to find the answer. I entrust to your care both Changsheng and this final question. May you find a remedy for this conundrum, which has ailed us so.
Time and again, no matter how much I try to warn them or balance their chi, I can never save them. And you? What's your answer?
If I abandoned the contract and left you without a host, what would happen?
I suppose I'd spend my final moments taking a nice nap on Mount Yaojun. Then I'd be reunited with my old friends and your predecessors.
Then it's decided. If there's a life in front of me that deserves to be saved, why shouldn't I do everything within my power to save it?
Once again, it's the same answer. So be it. Close your eyes. Who knows how many more people will take on this contract?
None. This contract will end with me.
My contract has strict requirements on the host's natural temperament. All my hosts have been most pure.
But when one with an altruistic nature gains access to this art, they are more seduced than the average person by the mere, though they know better than anyone else the fate that awaits them. When faced with the sorrows of humanity and the pain of losing their nearest and dearest, they cannot help but they are like moths that throw themselves into the flame, seeking a glimmer of hope in a dark world filled.
So, why?
I suppose that would make me a moth that yearns for the light, but doesn't want to be burned to a crisp. Cheng Sheng's art can transfer pain and suffering between people, but it cannot reduce the total amount of pain in the world. I have nothing but the utmost respect for my predecessors, who sacrificed.
Huh?
What makes a poison, poison? And what makes a disease, a disease? When it comes down to it, if disease is defined as deviation from normal functioning, then who knows? Perhaps Many may view the notion of searching for immortality in poisons and illnesses as a flagrant violation of the natural order. I don't want those who come after me to lose their lives to this contract. Precisely. I will be Cheng Sheng's final host.
Even the gods of old struggle to achieve true immortality. First you want to save others, then you want to save yourself. Now you even...
But isn't wanting to have it all what makes us human? For a selfish moth like me, who's afraid of the flame yet yearns for the light, the only path forward is up towards the moon.
Dr. Baiju, Traveler, what are you still chatting about?
We also have coconut milk.
Okay, fine. Let's go grab some food. Paimon has a bunch of burning questions, but they can... I do envy Paimon sometimes.
True. And yet, are such things as these not precisely why we mortals cling desperately to the life we have?
last trip. Thank you for
Alright, this'll do.